Welcome. Today I'm sharing 4 things that we are thinking about with our summer budget. What do we need to change so that we can have a fun and frugal summer? And at the end, I'm sharing our very first money win story. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Lena. On this channel, you will find videos about money at home. I want to make money simple and fun so that you can see a bright financial future for yourself and those that you care about. Please support this channel by leaving a comment, liking this video, and subscribing for more. First up, we are having the talk. I think one of the main reasons that I get frustrated is that I don't understand other people's desires and expectations. So I want to be as upfront about that as possible. And we're going to do that by having the talk. So I'm talking with my husband about what are you hoping for this summer? What do you think sounds fun? What kind of trips do you want to go on so that we can manage those expectations and see how we're going to fit those into our budget? I am sharing my hopes and dreams about the summer also. What kind of house projects am I dreaming of? Like, I'm really hoping that we can finish replacing the doors in our house this summer and do a lot of painting, and that's going to cost money, and I want to budget for that. Another thing I am dreaming about is a family photo shoot, and that can get a little spendy too, but if we start planning for it now, by the end of summer, we could be ready for it. So I am being upfront about all of my dreams, and my husband is being upfront about what he's hoping for too. Then we can kind of figure out which pieces work, which pieces don't work, and how we can fit all of this into our budget. Next up, I'm looking at what can I subtract from the budget. So I think my summer budgeting kind of starts in June because June starts getting totally wild, and my eldest son is going to preschool, and that's over at the end of May, which is so early. But that kind of means we've got June, we've got July, and we've got August. So I've got 3 months of summer to think about and budget for. So that kind of leads me to my first subtraction, and that is paying for preschool. So we no longer have to budget for preschool because it is over in the summer, and it's not one of those pay all year preschools. Maybe your children are in other activities that don't run during the summer, like sports or dance, and that can be subtracted from your budget. Another great relief for us during the summer is the lower power bill, at least for a while until we have to start paying big bucks for the AC. But we can lower what we are planning on spending on our power bill because we are not using heat like basically ever anymore because it is warming up, which is so nice. Then I'm thinking about what do I need to add to the budget. So I'm going through those expectations that my husband and I went over together, and I'm seeing how much will these things cost and how much do we need to add to our budget for that. Perhaps your children will be having some different summer activities, maybe some day camps, some overnight camps, some learning adventures. I'm hoping to do some swim lessons, so I want to budget for that and be prepared for that. I also want to be budgeting for these vacations that we want to take this summer, or these trips. We normally go and visit my parents for the 4th of July, so I need to budget for the gas for that because gas is getting ridiculously expensive, so I don't want to be blindsided by that. We don't have to pay for lodging because we're just going to stay with them, but we will probably buy some extra fun food, some ice cream. So I want to be prepared for that because I want to have an awesome holiday and not be thinking, oh my goodness, we just blew our food budget so badly. How are we going to recover from this? I'm prepared, and I know it's going to happen, and we are going to have a great time. I also want to think about those camping trips that we're going on, and I want to be thinking about how much is the time off going to cost us. So those days that you're going to take off, how will that affect you or not affect you financially? Then you can kind of scheme about how that's going to work. I'm also thinking about these trips. Are we going to need to make reservations? Is it going to be a campsite where it's $40 a night, or is it going to be free, or what is that going to look like? Or are we renting an Airbnb and it's going to be over $100 a night? I'm budgeting for that and anticipating what that cost is going to be. I also want to leave a little bit of wiggle room for summer fun. Sometimes you feel like going on a picnic, having a special ice cream outing, having your friends over for a barbecue, whatever you guys are like. I'm not very good at having people over during the summer. I would love to do that more, but I guess I'm a little bit of an introvert. but I want to leave some wiggle room for extra food that might need to be bought if we can do some sort of spur of the moment sort of thing, maybe just in my dreams, but we'll see how it goes. And lastly, you want to put all of this together. You are writing out your budget, you're editing the sections that need editing, and making it all work. If you are super geeky like me and you still have the old budgets from last summer, you could see what were the unexpected things that we spent money on accidentally and we didn't plan for, and how can I plan for that this year? What really happened last year with our travel budget and our food budget? Where did we end up normally going over in the summer and spending more than we expected? And how can I be more prepared this year? One of the ways that I work to not be blindsided by those seasonal expenses is by using my circle chart. So I can see what birthdays are coming up because I have them all written in there. I can see what holidays are coming up and be like, oh, we're probably going to go on a trip there. I can write down our camping trips there. I can write down the doctor's appointments that we're going to try to do during the summer. So I can budget for all of those expenses. If you want to get your own circle chart, check out the link in the description. And now for our first money win story. This story is from Michelle. Michelle says, my husband picked up a bike for free from Facebook Marketplace. After a bit of research, he discovered it was built by a guy who builds bikes for the Olympic team. He cleaned it up and sold it for $2,300. This is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. This is truly flipping at its finest. You got the item for free and then you sold it at a huge profit. This reminds me of when my husband was biking to work, and it went great in the morning, but in the afternoon it gets really windy where we are, and he would be all tired from working on cars all day, and then it would be so windy it was just too much. If you have a money win story, big or small, to share, please email me. I'll leave that in the description and I'll do my best to share it at the end of a video. And with that, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.